just heard my first cicada of the season. Those things are the bane of my existence. Not only are they the creepiest things you have ever seen in your life, but they are deafening. Well, look at me. Easily distracted and off track first thing. Hello and welcome to What I Ate in a Day. This is week 2 of carnivore combined with intermittent fasting. If you've missed a couple of videos and you're confused about how we got here, from keto, low carb to carnivore, I'll have the video explaining what's going on linked up here for you and down below. Do not, I repeat, do not rush to judgment and unsubscribe thinking my keto lifestyle here is over or my low carb journey is kaput. I'm just testing the waters, seeing what could happen, if it could help with my autoimmune issues or my post-vaccination syndrome. The meals I'll share can just as easily be used on a keto or low carb diet. The plan today is to fast to lunch, possibly a snack, definitely a chat. I got a few updates and some good news to share, and then dinner. As for this morning, same old. AM supplements and vitamins that are on my long COVID / post-vaccination syndrome protocol, plus 10 grams of creatine. Oh, you know what? It is not the same old, because today I have ice in here. Usually I just do room temperature water. Mix, and just suck it down as fast as possible. Oh. There's a deer. Oh, it scared me. It ran off, but literally that big old deer was maybe 6 feet away from me, and it's a wild animal. I didn't know what it was going to do. Back to creatine supplementation. I am not taking it to bulk up. I am taking it because during the past 4 years, I felt as though my brain was damaged. Come to find out, the research is showing that long COVID and post-vaccination syndrome does affect the brain, and that's a whole other rabbit hole we're not going down right now. But I know of at least half a dozen research papers and studies that have come out in 2025 discussing how supplementing with creatine monohydrate can improve brain function, memory, cognition. They've even done a study on patients with Alzheimer's and got positive results. When it comes to creatine, I tried a few. I had a hard time choking them down. I have texture issues, so if something is gritty or chalky, it makes me gag. Several of you suggested that I try creatine, and thank you, because it's been smooth sailing ever since. After that, I contacted them and asked them very politely if we could have a discount, and they said yes. So I'll have it down in the description box along with a ton of other affiliate links and discounts that can save you money if you order any keto or low carb or carnivore products online. And since I'm not a medical professional, a researcher, or a scientist, all of those studies that I mentioned, they'll be down there too, so you can go check them out. Okay, I'm gonna go start a load of clothes, get dressed, make a grocery list, do a few chores, but I'll be back as soon as I eat or drink anything. It's almost 1 o'clock and I'm starving. Thankfully, I meal prepped a carnivore casserole earlier in the week. This recipe has become a staple. It's got minimal ingredients and I can prepare it different every single time I make it. I'll put it up on the screen if you want to try it. And if you do, let me know your favorite combo. This time I used half a pound of ground sausage, half a pound of ground beef, and cheddar cheese. So for lunch, I have 4 large pieces. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. There's only 3 on my plate because as I was cutting them, I scarfed one down while it was still cold. I told you I was hungry, and to drink, I'll be having ice water. If you're doing carnivore and consider yourself an expert, what else do you all drink? Because this water is getting old. Believe it or not, I have to leave the house today. I know that I've mentioned on multiple occasions that I have a little bit of anxiety, and my anxiety leads to nail biting. Way back in the day when I started my channel, one of you had suggested that I get my nails professionally done and I would stop biting them. And you were right. So I get those done about every 3 weeks or so, and I am no longer a nail biter. I still have anxiety. I just don't bite my nails. So I'm getting ready to walk out the door and go get that done. I filled up my Stanley with 16 ounces of ice water, and I'm going to have some electrolytes to go with it. In the comment section of my last What I Ate in a Day video, you guys told me that I needed to incorporate electrolytes. It might have something to do with the fatigue. So I've been using Salty in the flavor Clean Slate. This one contains no other ingredients, only magnesium, sodium, and potassium. And for those of you that may have missed it, I wanted to let you know that Keto Chow released 2 new limited edition flavors. The first one was red raspberry and the other one was blackberry. They also came out with a brand new electrolyte flavor. That one screams summer. It's called Red, White, and Bam. So I'll be taking this along with me and sipping on it for the next hour. Okay, I gotta run or I'm gonna be late. And the color is neon pink. So I ended up being gone a whopping 55 minutes, and in that short time frame, a massive downpour and the temperature dropped to 70. First thing I did when I walked in the door, other than grab a jacket, was refill my Stanley with ice water, grabbed a snack, and some vitamins and supplements. It's not like I'm starving and I feel like I need to eat something, but let's just say I have learned the hard way not to take these on an empty stomach. So I'm scarfing down a Thrushwood Farms bacon pork stick. Ingredients and macros look good with 9 grams of fat, 7 grams of protein, and 1 carb. I'm pretty sure this came in a keto crate one month, which reminds me, I completely forgot to unbox the June keto crate. If you all still want that video, let me know. They did send me an email that said they were doing the whole buy one, get one free with your first box to new customers. So if you've ever considered Keto Crate, right now is a great time. Remember, you can cancel anytime, no questions asked. The only catch is you have to use the link that I have down in the description box so that it activates that offer. I'm trying to remember what all I mentioned this morning. I think I said something about an update and also had some good news to share. Although Chris is not home, he is trying to incorporate Carnivore into his lifestyle. He wanted to be supportive and be a part of what's going on here. He's about 3 or 4 days into it, and the text I got from him a few minutes ago said he had a splitting headache. Now, here's the really good news. The reason I went with Carnivore is because my oldest daughter, Kerrigan, who's 23, and her husband had started it a few days prior to when I did. They're starting their 3-week mark and they've both already lost over 20 pounds. I'll keep you posted on how they're doing, and who knows, maybe I can even sweet talk them into joining me in a couple of videos. Speaking of Carnivore, this was week 2 and it's starting to come to an end. It has been a lot easier than week 1, and that's thanks to you guys. Y'all let me know that, well, I was doing it all wrong. I'm supposed to ease myself into it. By incorporating a 2 or 3 week transition phase, I would not have had all of those withdrawal symptoms that I had to experience during week 1. I'd say this week has been about 85–90% carnivore and 10 to 15% clean keto. Nothing too drastic. The occasional pickle or avocado. Another thing that I did was cut back on the fats, and I'm focusing more on protein, I guess, not just eating butter bites all the time. When I feel like this transition phase is over and I can focus on carnivore more, then I'll bring the fats back in. And the other thing that I have been doing is following some of the channels and carnivore experts out there you all told me about. I've been binging Dr. Berry, of course, because we're both here in Tennessee, and I just love Bella from Steak and Butter Gal. They both seem to have this down-to-earth approach that's really relatable, and it's not about being 100% and doing things perfect, and you know that's hard for me anyways. They've both been doing this a very long time, and if you're just starting out, those are my two suggestions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was everything on my list that I wanted to cover. But if you have any advice, do not hesitate to put it down in the comments. Help us all out. Give us your best, your most favorite tips, tricks, and advice. Help us all get through this. I'll be back as soon as I figure out what's for dinner, unless something important happens. Tonight, my 16-year-old asked for mahi-mahi, and I think that sounds amazing. My favorite is the Members Mark Wild Caught. It's boneless, skinless, and has no additional ingredients. I buy the 2-pound bag at Sam's Club. It costs about $18, but there's 8 servings. I sprinkled a little Old Bay on both sides and topped it with some butter, then I popped it in the oven. Along with my mahi-mahi, I'm having some taco-seasoned ground beef that was left over from dinner last night. And to that, I added some cheddar cheese and sour cream. I know this doesn't look like a lot of food, but I get stuffed. I think once my body adjusts to this change, I'll be able to eat more. Anyways, that's my meal. And to drink, I'm having water. It's almost 9 o'clock and I don't have any plans on eating anything else. Nothing much is going on here, so I'm gonna call it a night. I just want to say thanks for spending the day with me. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, you've got this, and I love you.